What is up, everyone? Welcome back to another YouTube video. Not a tutorial this time. This is just actually a quick update. I've been getting a few people already asking me, like, could you do the last 2024 video explaining like about your year and updates on everything. So as I've already mentioned in the beginning of the year, you know, the goal setting and kind of reflecting back on the year. So I made a video in January this year, 9th of January. And in that video, I not only went over how I made some of the previous remixes, but I also explained my goal setting for 2024. And I would do an update like 3 or 4 times this year, kind of reflecting on how everything is going. And I feel like this is really good to keep myself accountable as well for everything that I'm doing, but also keeping my fans updated, my followers, my subscribers. Like I'm gonna be honest, like it probably has been my best year ever. I've been doing Arcando for about 10 years now, and this is, I think, the only year, no, not I think, this is for sure the only year that I've seen a growth every month. The fact that I even got booked for shows, previous years I didn't even get booked. So the fact that I got shows this year and people wanted to book me for my music, that alone was surreal to me. I want to start with what happened this year. So yeah, pretty much I did a huge switch in my career. I made like a lot of future bass, trap, pop in the other years, still getting requests to release future bass, and that switch alone took a lot because you kind of have to like rebrand yourself in a way. I was even thinking about just stopping Arcando and just making like a new alias, but that was really difficult for me. I've been doing this for 10 years. I can't really just give it another name, you know? Started with Jungle in January. Of course, I also did the Splice pack, but January was the month where I released Jungle, and that song put me on the map, like right away. And funny enough, that remix was never even supposed to be released. And then the whole track just got put on hold, and we had no idea what to do with it. We, as in me and my team, me and my manager, we had tried different vocalists, but it just didn't work. To be honest, the whole direction for 2024 was really difficult to pinpoint, because it's like, okay, I have all of these songs, but none of them are signed yet. Jungle is still there, still on hold, you know. Social media is like a big part, but am I gonna just wait until I have a release that's locked in, which I didn't have yet? Does that mean I'm not gonna post anything on social media? Am I gonna just continue sample flips and stuff? Because that was another really big part. What am I gonna do in 2024? And then my manager said, you know what? We have Jungle. That's like your best idea right now. Post it, see what people think. If it doesn't do anything, it doesn't do anything. You won't lose anything either. Just post it. And then we posted it, and again, because the video went viral and because so many people wanted the track, that's when it just changed 180 degrees, and we got like messages from A-Lock's team in this case, who wanted to release the track. So it's really funny. I feel like there's a big part of luck that comes with it as well, and that's also with everything else that happened afterwards. Martin Garrix, who picked up Jungle, and I believe from what I heard from other people as well, it was like his first drum and bass track that he ever played in his set. Let me actually double check that as well. Does Martin Garrix play DMB? Yeah. So even when you're looking it up, the fact that he played Jungle and the fact that that is his first drum and bass record that he played live ever, that's also luck. One of my main goals for this year was to at least have one song with either Stamped Records or Monster Cat. Both of them happened, which is just, you know, super sick. And one of my other goals that I set in 2023 was to play more shows. I've never actually played shows where they booked me for my music. Like, yes, I got some shows at ADE, but that doesn't really count for me. I feel like everybody, you know, gets a show there. And this was the first year I actually got booked for my music. Maybe for some of you, this doesn't seem like a lot of shows, but I played more than 20 shows, between like 20 and 25 shows this year. And even just this year, I played at the main room at Drum Sheds in London. played Main Room and Boat's House, Rampage, the church stage. And yeah, and that was another goal that became reality for me. And one thing that I'm also really happy about is my rebrand. I've always mentioned, like, I don't want to put myself in like a genre box. Like, I want to make everything because I want to show everyone that I can make everything. But I've realized that the past 9 years, I've done it really wrong by doing this. I'll give you an example. Back in 2021, I released a song with Fabian Mazur called Elevate on NCS. And then like 2 weeks after, I would release a Slap House track. They just didn't work together. And yes, I had fans, but even if I would gain fans for the Elevate track, I feel like they would just disappear after I would have released like a Slap House track or future bass track that was a little too commercial. And then I would go back and forth, and then a hip hop kind of future bass track, then back to like pop, back to trap. I don't know anymore! Yeah, I've learned the hard way that that's something that I will never do again. I can definitely like do different things. That's what I'm doing with drum and bass. Like, for example, Ignite is different than Buzzback. Buzzback is different than Ascend. But they all have that DMB core. They all have that drum and bass soul and my sound in them as well. And that's something that, yeah, I really want to pursue. And that's why I'm really happy with where I'm at right now, because I feel like I'm doing it right, you know? Now, something that went a little less this year was my financial stability. I still earned like a good amount, but I also had a lot of investments. I feel like in 2023, even though that was, in my opinion, my worst year, I was financially stronger than in any other year, including 2024, especially because this year I signed to an agency, so they get a chunk of your shows. I have a manager, he needs to get paid. I have a designer who is doing my visuals for my shows, and that costs so much money. Sometimes I would work with an engineer who would help me with like a master for a song. That costs money. Like in 2023, I had some really big clients who I was working for, and they would pay me on a monthly basis. But this year, I couldn't work for those clients anymore because I was just too busy. I was too busy with touring, making my own music. So I had to, stop working for those clients in order to continue working for Arcando, which is at this moment is the most important thing for me. But yeah, overall, 2024 was an amazing year. Was an amazing year, and I'm super grateful for all the new people who have subscribed to me as well, because my goal was for this year 10,000 subscribers, and we're almost at 15,000, which is a super nice growth in just a year. Now I want to quickly go over my goals for 2025. There's a few things I really want to try and do, such as playing more shows. I want to try and make that around like 40 or 50 shows, and not just better shows, but also a better fee. One really big goal for me as well is to sign with a publisher, because I have so many records that I'm not doing anything with, and I feel like also that financial growth can be massively impacted if I sign with a good publisher. Yeah, another thing for my goals for 2025, especially because I am trying to play bigger shows with also bigger visuals. I love to add visuals to my shows. That's going to be a massive investment, but if I'm earning more in 2025, which I'm trying my hardest to get to that point, I want to invest a lot in visuals, even better ones, even more. We got a brand new logo as well this year. This year I reached 25 million streams in 1 year, which is also my biggest streaming year ever. But still, for 2025, I even want to reach more streams. If not the same amount of streams, but even trying to get more streams. I want to thank you guys as well for supporting me, following me, buying tickets to my shows, buying my old merch from like 4 years ago, still getting bought till this day. That being said, thank you guys so much for tuning in. Last video of 2024, and I'll see you guys in the new year. Let's make 2025 crazy. All right, take care.